Welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville here with Tyler Wiemann, about to break down some fantasy baseball plays for you in daily fantasy, as well as some home run calls and some prop bets for you. We got some good ones today. I'm feeling pretty confident about my bets today.
I like
got
it.
back
You
on
hit
track yesterday.
Yeah.
And Aaron Judge did well for both of us. He hit your home run 2 in a row for the home run.
2 in a row. I'm heating up.
You know, Aaron Judge just delivered in a big way yesterday.
Yes.
Yankees need to just pay the man.
They do.
They do. Absurd.
He's making it very apparent that they have to pay him.
Oh, yes. So we also have a new addition to the studio. I'm just going to take it down.
Oh, boy.
We've got
new little bobblehead there.
A trophy. It looks like a Little League trophy.
It pretty much is.
Tyler won his softball championship yesterday.
Did.
So we are proudly displaying that in our studio.
Back-to-back champs. Got to go for the three-peat next season.
There we go. So how did you hit a home run yesterday? So you were having a good day yesterday. Aaron Judge hit a home run, and so did you.
So did I, yeah.
You're just like Aaron Judge.
You're just like him. Just about 6-7 inches shorter. And
Same result.
Yes, same result.
All right, let's take a look at our projections for today. We'll start with our pitchers in our chalk report. And first, take a look at who is most owned. And no surprise here, because it's showtime, baby. Shohei Ohtani, the most owned player today. He's going up against the Rays, about 44% owned on both sites. Now, he hit his first grand slam in the major leagues last time, but today he's on the mound throwing the rubber. And top projected pitcher for us on LineStar today in the main slate, 3.08 ERA. 214 opponent average. What do you see in him against the Rays today? Is he worth it?
I mean, I'm not going to go into great detail because it's Shohei. He is amazing. I would say he's the best pitcher in the AL. What do you think?
I love Shohei.
All right.
I love Shohei. However, I got Nasty Nestor to support.
Yeah, you can't say Nestor's the best in the AL right now.
But
he's good.
He's
and
good.
He should be the ace of the Yankees.
Yes.
But I can't.
And Garrett Cole was actually my prediction for this year, but it's actually Nestor Cortez who's become my favorite pitcher on the Yankees.
Cortez? Nasty Nestor's been good. All right. So
we're talking about, back to Shohei.
Shohei, he is insane. 38% K rate. The combined K rate today is 30%. Tampa Bay is a sneaky good offense. However, they struggled a little bit the last couple games and were no hit yesterday. So the Angels could keep that hitless streak going, and Shohei can rack up those Ks. So I like it. I'll be going to him, even though he's high owned. He's cheaper than he should be too.
All right, another high-owned guy is Rays lefty Shane McClanahan going up against the Angels today on the other side of that matchup. 37% owned on DraftKings, 22% on FanDuel. He's got a 3.06 ERA, tied for fourth in strikeouts, just been dealing. And he's been solid against some pretty tough teams, but today facing an Angels team that just leads the league in slugging. Good luck against Mike Trout.
And they're so hot right now.
So hot right now. They really are, though.
They're hitting everything. One thing I would like to mention, though, is because Shohei and McClanahan are both going against each other. On DraftKings, I would probably only play one of them in my lineup. I probably wouldn't do both just because of the win upside. Only one team could get the win and those extra couple points.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Shane, though. He's been incredible. 36% K rate over the last 5. He has a 3.09 FIP over the last 20. Simply, the young kid can throw, and the combined K rate today is 29%.
Right. Because the Angels do strike. I mean, they hit the ball, but they also strike out.
They do strike out, yes. So we can absolutely get to him. But Angels are also hot.
So you'd basically pick between Shohei and here
yeah,
for that.
I would take
slate.
one of the two on DraftKings.
Yeah, that's a good point about the win.
FanDuel, it's only one pitcher,
Yeah.
so you don't really run into that issue.
How about the Red Sox righty Nathan Eovaldi going against the Braves today? 26% owned on DraftKings, 25% on FanDuel. He's got a sub-3 ERA. Last game, 3 earned runs on 5 hits, including a home run, though. 3 walks, just 4 strikeouts versus the White Sox. Now, the Braves haven't exactly been awesome at the plate this year. Kind of ranked towards the bottom, but I don't know, maybe we'll see a boost in that production with Acuna back. What do
Yeah.
you see from Eovaldi for his matchup today, and do you like this play for daily fantasy?
It's a fine play. Eovaldi, salary-wise, isn't too expensive. There is some K upside. The combined K rate is 25%. So it's not quite the upside of the Tampa Bay and Angels game,
Sure.
but it still is there. And Atlanta's been middle of the road versus righties. The one thing is Eovaldi hasn't been very efficient this year. He hasn't been getting very deep into games. And the StatCast data is a little worrisome. He is giving 42% hard contact and lots of barreled balls. And that man, Ronald Acuna, likes to barrel the ball. He was second most prior to getting hurt last year behind Shohei. So I would look to Acuna putting that bat on the ball, and who knows what happens. The other thing I would like to point out is Eovaldi is giving up 2.1 home runs per 9.
So some risk there.
Yep, but there's reward also.
Yeah.
Atlanta can strike out.
All right, let's take a look now at some low-owned guys, maybe find some value here. Mets righty Tyler McGill versus the Nationals today. He's been pretty awesome this year. 182 opponent average, top 20 ERA, top 22 in strikeouts, top 10 in whip. Shall I continue?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's great. This young kid is awesome.
So is the reason he's not high owned today because they're playing the Nationals?
Yeah, the Nationals WRC plus wise are kind of middle of the road, but they are the third best average versus righties. Another thing is they don't strike out a ton. They strike out 22% versus righties. McGill has a 26% K rate, so there is still some K upside there, just not quite as much as others. McGill supports like a 2.9 FIP over the last 5. He's been great. So I wouldn't shy away just because it's against the Nationals. And honestly, the Angels and the Rays offense is just as dangerous. So
True.
I think it's more so just from looking at it, the K upside isn't quite there like it is those pitchers.
However, if you're playing that strategy of going against what everyone else is doing,
Exactly.
that's where it could come into play, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, say the Angels and Rays are a high-scoring game, and you have McGill, and he maybe does 6 strikeouts instead of 8 or 9 from Shohei. Like, you're still gonna, gain some ground there if Shohei gives up some runs.
All right, let's take a look at Cardinals righty Miles Michaelis going up against the Orioles today. 1.63 ERA, 6th best in baseball. Opponent average is 2.14. Wow, we got a lot of great pitchers on this slate today.
Yeah,
He's one of them.
I would say there's like 4 or 5 really to choose from, though, because there's also a lot of bullpen games and kind of some weird stuff going with other pitchers. But Michaelis has been great this year. The one thing I would like to point out, because we do like to pick on Baltimore a little bit, but they are surprisingly now in the top 10 with WRC plus versus righties.
I was looking at just curious to see who's been hot as of late.
Yes.
And the Orioles are actually second in batting average in the month of May. They've won 3 straight, so they've
been well. They've been
bad
good.
as they have been to start
Absolutely.
the season.
Absolutely. So the one thing, though, is they are striking out 22% versus righties, and they have the third most strikeouts of any major league team.
Yeah. So there's your
depending
strikeout
on it.
upside
Yeah.
for sure.
So there is that. And Michaelis, like we mentioned last show, he was pitching. He has been better with strikeouts this year. He has a 22% K rate. And again, like you mentioned, ERA is super low. FIP is 2.96. I think he's a great pivot off some of those high-owned guys too.
Awesome. Well, lots of guys to choose from. Plenty of value plays as well. But loving Shohei today.
Yep.
Showtime, let's go. Let's take a look now at our stacks for today. The high-owned stacks we'll start with. And a lot of people going with the Texas Rangers going up against the Royals, who, as of the last time I checked, had not announced a starting pitcher. I'm curious why you think people are hopping on this particular trend.
So I think the starter will be Brady Singer. It's not confirmed, but it means it's a bullpen game.
Sure.
And they haven't been great out of the bullpen. Pretty average based on FIP. However, they are walking a lot of batters, and they're fourth in batting average, allowing 249 for their bullpen. The one thing is Texas is a much worse offense against righties, so I'd expect KC to put in as many righties as they can. But the whole reason everybody's going here is really Texas at home. It's a bullpen game for KC, and their bullpen has been meh.
Do you agree that people should buy into this one?
It's not a bad spot at all. I could see having a little bit of it. If they do keep looking like the highest owned one, I'll probably shy away a little bit just because I don't like following the crowd with hitting.
We're not followers here.
No.
We're leaders.
We got to take our own stride.
All right, let's take a look now at St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Orioles righty Spencer Watkins. Very popular play today because Spencer Watkins giving up a 625 slugging mark to right-handed bats, 1036 OPS, and 313 average. So likely the Cardinals are going to be hitting the ball today.
Absolutely. Plus it's warm. You know, we have another almost 90-degree day in St. Louis. Spencer Watkins is giving up 435 WOBA and 318 ISO to righties. So, which is a little bit of reverse splits. He is a righty, but he's also allowing 40% hard contact. There's a 4.8 implied total for St. Louis. They're in a great spot.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sign me up. All right, let's take a look at our low-owned stacks for the day. Maybe we can find a little bit of value here. Now, on the other side of that Texas Royals matchup, Kansas City going up against Rangers righty Matt Bush. Now, he's kind of a reliever, so I'm guessing this is kind of a bullpen situation. What are you thinking about this matchup? What intrigues you?
Going against Matt Bush, the San Diego native, former first pick by the Padres, has been a bust, to put it lightly.
Okay.
But also the Texas Rangers bullpen is bad, one of the worst in the league. So we're really kind of trying to pick on that. They have a 4.66 FIP as a bullpen, allowing 1.8 home runs per 9. And then Bush has a 5.37 FIP, and he's allowing 2.5 home runs per 9. So I like KC here. I think KC probably hits a couple home runs today. And if they're coming in lower owned than Texas, I love it.
All right, let's jump on that one. How about the Detroit Tigers going up against Oakland's lefty, Zach Lowe? Got his first major league start last week. Did okay.
Yeah.
So obviously not a lot of information to go off of with him. What are you thinking about in this one?
Yeah, so he's only had 2 games that he's pitched. He's only gone about 6 innings total. He's allowed 2 home runs, and he has a 6.73 FIP. So not only that, Detroit is 11th in WRC plus against lefties and 3rd in average. So Detroit has hit lefties well. He hasn't been great. And then, again, nice weather in Detroit. It's almost 80 degrees. And Detroit is a top 5 ballpark in allowing runs.
So speaking of that ballpark, we're also going to take a look at Oakland in this one. And it'll be going up against Joey Wentz, who I believe got the call up for this one. All right.
Major league debut. And
welcome to the show, kid.
Think it might be a tough one for him. He's been okay in the minors, but he is allowing 1.8 home runs per 9 in the minors. He's also only averaging about going 3 2/3 or so he may not be going too far into this game. He has a 4.12 ERA in the minors. It's really just picking on the rook.
I love that you're not afraid to go after. You're going in minor league stats. We're just.
I mean, we got to find something on him.
Yeah.
You know, and if he's been an average pitcher in the minors, like, it's probably going to be a below average major league pitcher.
I mean, I like your logic there.
Yeah. So we'll throw some Oakland out there.
Sure.
Also, they're cheaper, so help you get into some more expensive pitchers.
All right, so a lot of great plays there. Remember, if you want to optimize your lineup, you can go to LineStarApp.com. Be sure to download the LineStar app. Everything you need to know about all of the pitchers for today, all the hitters and all the value you can find. That's how we kind of pick our props.
Yes.
You can sign up for that. Time now for our home run calls. Quite simply, who's going yard today? Tyler is on a 2-day streak, going for 3 today. So who's it going to be?
I am going with Yordan Alvarez versus Chris Archer. Archer has given up 5 home runs in 19 innings so far this year. And he's giving up almost 200-point higher slugging to lefties. Meanwhile, Alvarez crushes righties. We're going Yordan Alvarez to go yard.
Getting 3 today. I feel it.
We're trying to get on fire. NBA Jam rules. We're heating up now.
All right. Well, we're heating up, and I'm going to Nolan Arenado. He's going up against the righty for the Baltimore Orioles, Spencer Watkins. Now, Arenado has just been crushing it this season. Top 10 in home runs with 7. He's got the 5th highest OPS. Meanwhile, Watkins has been giving up a 625 slugging mark to righties. Now, Arenado hasn't hit one in 6 games, which obviously means he's due. I'm going for a Nado bomb today. Now, let's take a look at our prop bets for today. Who are you going with in this one?
Going back to pitching. It hasn't served me well the last couple days, but I'm going to bounce back with this one. We're going Miles Mikolas over 4.5 Ks at minus 112. He's hit this in 4 of 6 games this season, and he's facing Baltimore, who has the 7th most strikeouts in the league. So we're going 4.5 over.
All right, I am going Juan Yepez. The Cardinals rookie has quite simply just been on a tear in 6 games so far this season. I know it's a small sample size, but he's gotten 2 bases in 5 of his 6 games. So I'm saying he goes over 1.5 bases. That's a plus 115. He's got a 455 average, 1261 OPS versus right-handed pitching. And of course, going up against the Baltimore righty Spencer Watkins, who is giving up a 1036 OPS to righties. He also pledged on Mother's Day that he would hit his first ever major league home run, which he did. And of course, you love to see that.
You do love to see that. That's
love
awesome.
Love to see a little storyline there. Yeah. So I'm going with Yepez for over 1.5 bases.
Plus, how do you not want to say his name? It's so easy to root for him.
Yeppers. Can that be his nickname?
I love
Yeps.
it. Yep.
Yepez. Love it. So that's where we're looking for our prop bets. And just a couple notes for today in terms of weather. Angel Stadium, we've got some winds blowing out there, 15 to 18 miles an hour. And Target Field in Minnesota, we've got some storms there. Should move in some point during the game, or it could miss altogether. There's a little uncertainty with that one, so just be careful of that one. And we also had a cancellation, correct?
Yeah, that was in the day game for
Okay.
Cleveland and the White Sox, postponed due to COVID.
Doesn't affect the main slate,
Doesn't.
but something, I guess, to think about if you're, well, I guess it's a little late now for the day games. But, all right. So if you want to learn more about projections for today, be sure to visit LineStarApp.com, download the LineStar app, and we've got a new version coming out.
We do.
Any
day now.
Big week at LineStar. And be sure to follow us on social media. And if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit like and subscribe. And, of course, comment below. You can congratulate Tyler on his new trophy, softball champion. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, that's it for
night.
today. Have a good one.